Hello, good evening everybody. Welcome along to the JACKOCAR Cup Series here for Season 3, Round 16 here at Canada. It is decision day. Who is going to make it into the Championship 5? We'll find out exactly who at the end of this race. Dramatic one last season. We love it here. Very much looking forward to doing it all over again. I'm your commentator Owen Wyatt. With me, we've got Jacko. It's going to be a cracker, this one.
Yeah, good evening everyone. Owen, you took the words out of my mouth there about last season's race. If we get anything like that again, I think we're in for a treat. And what's interesting about tonight is we've got 3 spaces left in the Championship 5 and 8 drivers fighting for those 3 spaces. Crazy.
Indeed, lots up for grabs. We know what that did to them last season, created all sorts of carnage, especially with Pete. We've been saying all season about the whole, will Pete have his redemption arc, will it all come together? This is where it needs to happen for him, really. This is where it all went wrong last time. But the bad news for him and the bad news for the other chase drivers, as you might have already noticed on the right hand side of your screen, 3 from the bottom, Jano is here this week. We didn't think he would be, but he's decided, you know what, I fancy actually winning this championship, so I'm going to show up. So that's going to make it a little bit more difficult, but it just means we're going to see the best of those chase drivers today. It'll be very interesting to see how they all get on.
Janel would have been +9 had he not been here, so he still would have been in good stead.
What was I just saying to you before the stream?
No.
I said to you before the stream, don't want rain in the race, but a bit of rain in qualifying just to shake the grid up would be lovely. And that's exactly what we have at the minute. It is raining.
Perfect.
Brilliant.
Perfect. But yeah, Jana would have been +9, so he would have had a very good chance of advancing anyway without turning up. But he's got a chance to solidify himself now and affirm his place in the Championship 5 next week, where we crown either a new champion or maybe a 2-time champion if Jamie or Pete get back there. But exciting times ahead as we look towards Vitinho, who's the first driver out this week, in for Paul McGuinness. The other changes are Jordan in for Red Matt and Matt Tree, his first appearance this season, in for Jake.
Yes.
No jokers, and the stage points are lap 9 and lap 17.
Very good. Right then, Vitinho, first one out on the track on the full wet tyres. Wonder if it'll stay full wet for the entire session. There is a slightly different format to the qualifying order this week because Jacko has decided to place the most important drivers at the very end. So that'll be the 4 remaining chase drivers who can move up to win that chase fight, and then the 6 playoff drivers who are all still fighting for position. So yeah, they'll be all at the end of the session. So you're going to get the boring ones out of the way first. But yeah, who knows? They might get the best conditions. That's why we love a wet qualifying. Could just switch that grid about a little bit.
You know, all the reserves and all the eliminated drivers to begin with, and then we get into the real action at 9 minutes 30 when Pete, the Season 1 champion, leaves the garage. Of course, crashed right about there, or a couple of corners ago last season, when he was within the penalty window of the race winner, and it knocked himself out of championship contention.
Indeed, it was amazing how that all fell apart so quickly for him. It will 100% be playing on his mind today. He's going to make sure he doesn't make that mistake again. And I'm very much looking forward actually to seeing all these speed drivers, because you might have seen on Twitter what they're all doing with their liveries. Well, you'll see a little bit more when we go and see them. But yeah, be on the lookout for those. We all love our liveries here, and you're going to enjoy what they've got in store. I'm not a part of Team Speed, but you know.
We do like some coordination occasionally, don't we?
We do like it a little bit. It's better than what ERT are doing when they're just dark blue and blue.
Oh, definitely. Pete, by the way, whilst we're talking about him, comes into this -14 points behind Janel, so he's got a hell of a task.
He does, yes. Another person really kind of a big challenge. I guess we've got Iceman as well. I think on the standings now, he has to win the race tonight. And that just gives a little bit more jeopardy to his statement too, because he really has to go all out. Vitinho, you can see how slippery the track is. It looks like an outlap, but it's just that difficult out there. It is, I can assure you, his qualifying lap. We've watched it on board from start to finish. But yeah, like I said, we've got Iceman also having to win the race. So we've got so many different drivers going for it. It might be one of those races where those sort of top 4 that are already through or well, sorry, not already through. I shouldn't really say that. The top 2 here are already through. So the Challenger 5 are sort of, they don't really care where they end up. It's going to be one for maybe surprise results, this one today.
Arnold and Khalifa pretty much here for fun. They are already fighting for the title next week. You mentioned Iceman must win. You know, it's all or nothing for him. However, he raced in VSL last night, got his first league racing win in over a year.
Yeah.
So, if we're to foreshadow anything, he's in form.
Jordan is invalid, by the way, so we'll say our hellos. Nice to see you, but let's move on to someone
Welcome
else.
back.
Nice to see
First
you
race
still.
since Japan for Jordan.
Nice to see you still here. And Matt. Well, he's invalidated on the final corner. Has he invalidated? He has. He's invalidated his prop. That's not fair, but oh well. Nice livery though. I'd seen he previewed this on his PlayStation. He shared a screenshot earlier on PlayStation. I saw it. And yeah, shockingly, this is the same thing. Haven't seen him in the Cup Series for a while. Nice to see him back, but sadly the lap isn't gonna count.
I'm just trying to get you a good stat, Owen. I know you like a stat.
Oh yes.
Matt, his last appearance come at Spa last season, where he crashed out, actually.
Well, hopefully it goes a bit better than that then for him. Here's Cabo Babo then, the main beneficiary of the whole Pete disaster class on the final lap here last season. Obviously giving him that golden ticket to the Challenger 5. Quite a different season for him sadly this time around, but still, there's still time to recover it and at least have a strong end and maybe just focus on next season. I'm sure he probably already has given up on this season. I'd be very surprised he's still...
His eyes are very much set towards the Kia Series of Season 4. He gets a little bit out of shape there at the end of Sector 1.
Indeed, that was nearly an accident there, but he's kept on the road. You can see how heavy the rain is, but with every car that goes out, the racing line just going to become a little bit drier, a little bit more grippy, and so it should actually benefit each new car that comes out. We'll see how my theory survives throughout the session, but well. I always make bad predictions, but maybe I'll be right for once.
Camo certainly giving us the drama last season, as you say, with that Pete crash. Camo Babo advanced by, what was it, 1 or 2 points out of the round of 3.
It was close, definitely.
Yeah.
Because he nearly binned it at this last chicane as well, because there was all sorts of fighting in that last chicane, and all he had to do was survive it. It was very nearly handed to Risky out of nowhere. But no, he got through there in the end, Camo Babo. And now he's going to come across the line and go P2 with that lap. Right then, let's find our next driver, Riley. I think Riley's someone else who just wants this season to end, unfortunately. He's also been in the wall on this lap, you might have noticed. Half his front wing's missing. That's been quite the feature for him, sadly, this season. It's just been a bit of a disaster. But, well, he's someone else who's also very much looking forward to next season, I'd imagine. It's a shame as well, because he got, he had that win in Brazil in the Challenger 5 last season. We all thought that would sort of launch him forward, because he'd been threatening to win a race for so long. Then he finally did, and, well, it just hasn't followed through, and, well, you can see how it's going for him at the minute. He's having to reverse round that final quarter just to get back onto the track. So while he does that, let's go watch Dexter and see if he's keeping it valid. He is indeed. Still loving the livery, still loving the helmet design. Always been good with these. And we'll see if he has a good lap at the end of it. Now you might notice behind him we've got one of the speed cars, but like I say, we'll talk about them in due course. As Dexter comes through, Camo's retired, and as Dexter heads to the last chicane, is there any sort of commitment in there yet? I do feel that these chicanes are really going to be where all the gains are made in this quali session. You can see Dexter's trying to give it some, but it is just so slippery. As he comes to the line, he's going to go P3. And Pete in the pits looking like at the enters, so we're already going to get a potential. These are sort of different tyres out there. Would you like to see some variation? He's got to make. I guess in a way he's going to take some risks, but he's changed back to wets now. A second I've said that, just to spite me now.
He must have done it on purpose, surely.
Oh yeah. He's certainly thinking about it. He might have changed the tyre just to check what the delta says on the screen. To be honest.
True.
Because he'll be the first of the Big Ten to sort of go out and test these conditions. So he's going to be ready, and he's going to be heading out of the pits any second now. But here comes OKK. Round the last
driver
chicane.
who wants this season to end as well, isn't he? It's been shocking for him. Onto the line.
Still yet to get that
6-0.
victory. And it's not happening tonight if he's 3.6 seconds off the pace for the whole time. But next up then we have got Risky. So, the speed cars, they all have the exact same livery except for the halo rear wing sort of bargeboard section. For instance, Risky's here is pink, and others will have different coloured halos basically. That's the best way to tell them apart, and the rear wings. I just like it. I just like it when we've got all the liveries looking the same. Sadly he's stuck it in the wall, but he's invalidated. Oh jeez, he's invalidated as well.
There's another one.
They're all messing it up. But yeah, you gotta appreciate the consistency from speed anyway, and you'll certainly enjoy it on the formation lap when you see all the, you know, these multicoloured, yet also exactly the same cars heading around. It'll be quite an image. But right, well, he stuck it in the wall, so that's not really worth much to us, unfortunately. So we're gonna go and watch Thomas.
Dare I say, another driver who wants the season to be over.
Well, yeah. Sad times for Thomas, but...
Of course, Thomas actually won this race last year, you may recall.
Yeah.
His last 3 race wins. First 2 coming in season 1.
You can certainly tell that his win was sort of in the background, because we'd been building his victory up all season. I kept saying every week, he will win a race finally, he'll do it. And then the one time he does it, there's so much drama, we can never give him any attention for it.
That's penultimate race drama, isn't it?
Yeah.
It all comes down to the Championship 5 next week, but the last 2 seasons it's all been settled who's going to be there in this race. I don't think it was here in season 1, was it? It wasn't Canada, I don't believe, but same scenario.
Canada last season did contribute to Arnold's collapse, remember, when he stuck it in the wall? Part of his complete meltdown it was.
Season 1, round 15, because we didn't have 17 rounds. Round 15 was Canada, so Canada has always been the penultimate race.
Ooh,
and Arnold, in fact, in that race, he finished P5, sorry.
So it's Cam who set P1, like in the livery again. It's different, isn't it? But here is Pete. No, that's the first time I've ever seen it. Look at that. We've got the blue on blue and pink. He's passing pink. Blue passes pink.
Awfully well planned from Team Speed.
I know.
Respect that.
And unlike most other drivers, he's kept the front wing on as well. This should go P1 if he's good enough, but it's not quite there.
Ooh, 2, okay.
P2. Right then. So
that's the benchmark for everyone else, though. Now is all the important drivers.
Sorry, Cam.
Sorry,
we love you, really. Here's Jano. Oh, nearly losing it there. He's giving it some. Love to see it. Because he's obviously come here feeling a little bit more comfortable than the rest of them, but you never want to feel too comfortable. So, yeah, I do wonder what sort of pressure he's actually going to be putting himself under tonight. Especially on a wet qualifying lap. Will he be thinking, you know, flashbacks to Singapore when he bottled the victory, for instance? He's got to keep his head this week.
He's coming in +9 on Kieran. So Kieran is -9, Brandon's -11, and Pete is -14. He's just got to keep it on the road, finish middle of the pack, and he's fine. He's there. He's fighting for a title.
Done. Easier said than done. We know this league too well. It is your league, after all.
Oh, yes.
We know it's never as easy as just keep it alive, because that never tends to happen as Jano goes up to P2.
So then, Kieran.
Mr. Spears, have I got any funny puns for you this week? Well, I need to think of them. But still, running the Mauritius colours, Virgin colours, whatever the hell you want to call it.
He spearheaded the front of the chase until last week when he got overtaken by Jano. Is that rubbish?
Well, look, I make Britney Spears jokes, so...
true, yes.
So really, we're both as bad as each other. But who cares? It's straight to the top of the charts for Kieran. Ha 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 ha. Laugh. So, moving on very, very quickly from that one. Brandon. He is...
Both of them. Yeah, old Brandon, let's go.
He is running the black speed car, isn't he?
Yeah.
Very nice. I love this concept. I really do. I wish they'd keep this all season, frankly. This is looking brilliant. I can't wait to see them all in the formation lap. It's just a nice touch from them. Because this isn't the first time they did this. They lovingly reminded us of this on Monday. Well, I think it was on Monday. It was earlier in the week anyway. They reminded us of this when I sort of told them take the screenshot because I got 3 identical cars chasing each other. And it was
Austria
the same
Season 1.
Yeah, Austria Season 1. Sort of same concept as this with
slidey.
The similar liveries, similar mistakes at the final chicane, but he has gone up to P5, Brandon. Only 5 left to go out there.
You sense that would have been a P3 without that little moment.
Yeah.
And 6 left to go, you mean?
Oh, sorry, yes, sorry, Corey.
That's okay.
I mean, you're so ugly, though. I mean, come on, that livery, is he going to really keep... Is he going to take this into the Championship 5? If he
I hope he doesn't.
I really hope he doesn't, but he will, just to spite us.
Corey +7 over Jamie Wright, who is -7, obviously, and Iceman must win.
Would love an Iceman Masterclass, you know, just knock them 2.
I think everybody would. 2 for Corey.
Well, yeah, P2 for Corey. He'll have been expecting more there, to be honest with you. But well.
He had a moment out that final turn, just like Brandon. Not quite as big, but it affected him. It affected that time. I don't think it would have been pole, mind you.
Alrighty, we've got Speed Purple now. This is Iceman.
He's going to get toe here.
Oh, he is indeed. Another Speed toe. This time it's Brandon who's going to be delivering the goods. Very exciting. Iceman will be loving this as he heads into the final chicane. Just got to make sure he doesn't invalidate the lap now because he'll have fantastic top speed. Ah, for goodness sake. He has done it. Another one has done it. I can't believe it. Iceman is invalidated.
21.7 would have put him around Jano and Pete.
Could be it for his championship, you know. That could just be it, but it's never over until it hasn't even started yet, so it's not the best way of lining up, though.
You may recall Season 1, Khalifa won this race from the back of the grid.
Oh, Jamie!
Jamie's going to go for a spin. Not quite.
I mean, it'll lose in time, though, won't it?
Massive.
Surely that's not going to be looking too good for him. He will not have enjoyed that. But as long as he keeps on the road once again, don't do what Iceman just did and lose the lap at the very end of it. Just get yourself to the checkered flag or to the finish line.
Corey will be smiling about that one as well because that's about the same amount of time that he lost in this corner here. What can Jamie do? God, he had to lift off.
He did indeed. It's still looking okay for P1 though, ironically. It is
yes,
P1.
It is. Wow, fair play.
Fair enough.
That's what he needs.
Good stuff, yeah. He's doing exactly what he needed to do. Here is Arnaud heading through now. Only 3 cars left to go. It's Arnaud, Kyle and Khalifa who will decide the end of this qualifying session in the pouring rain in Montreal.
Don't forget, Arnaud is here for fun this week. And he's going to try the alt strategy.
He's flying though. Look at him. He's absolutely flying. He is surely going to be P1 if he keeps it valid. Unless he has some sort of catastrophic mistake at the end of this lap. Because obviously he didn't make any mistakes so far. He was purple in the first sector. No massive slides like Jamie. Was a good sort of half second quicker than him in that middle sector than he was, Jamie. And there's no invalidations. Taking it easy.
Up against the wall. Perfect.
P1. There he goes. 7/10 clear of Jamie. Only 2 cars left to go. Here's one of them, Kyle, heading through the last chicane.
Not as committed through there, Owen.
And you can see it's reflected in his lap time. It's nowhere. It's only P9. And well, it's left to Khalifa. Let's see what he can do.
Khalifa like Arnaud here for fun. Already in the Championship 5. Be his second. It'll be Arnaud second as well.
It's not as good as Arnaud's time, this from Khalifa, but it is still looking good for a front row start.
Khalifa chasing his 15th pole in JACKOCAR. It's race 49.
Remarkable if he can manage it, isn't it? But we know, as you say, he can win from anywhere here, really.
Yeah. It's a dry race.
Don't know if there were jokers involved, mind you, with Khalifa's last one. I sort of suspect there might have been, but who cares? Here comes Khalifa to the line. It's P2. Arnaud's on pole.
That is his 9th pole in JACKOCAR as well.
Indeed. So good stuff from Arnold. Like I said, it was top 2. It doesn't really matter to them where they are. They'll just take it though. They'll take Bane at the front. They will take Bane at the front. But so let's see the order then. Because Jamie will be very happy with that P3. Being one of the danger men at the minute in the playoffs. And Kieran will also be very happy with P4. He might still feel like he needs to move up a couple, but he's in a good place to start. Corey 5th, Cam, good one from him at 6th. See him, he's not really in the championship fight anymore. Janel 7th. Will he be feeling good about that? Well, don't really know.
He's where he needs to be to do the job, but he's also in the danger zone there, right in the middle of the pack.
Quickly do the rest here. We'll discuss them on the formation now. We've got Pete, Brandon, Kyle, Patino, Cam, Abu, Thomas, Dexter, OKK, Riley, Iceman, Risky, Indecisive, and Jordan. Like I say, we'll discuss the other big men on the formation now. They will get their moment, but like I say, the big one's certainly there. Just, Jamie having a little bit of clearance from his other rivals, and then you've got Kieran. He has to not crash. He really does, because it's cost him in Bahrain, short, and in Japan. He's got to make sure he keeps his nose clean today.
Indeed, and just to go back to what you said at the end of qualifying there, were there any jokers involved in the Canada race in Season 1? No, I have just checked.
Oh, well, fair enough. He's just a Canada merchant then, is Khalifa. Might as well turn off now then. But, yeah. Probably shouldn't say that, actually. You're here for the Championship 5. You're not here for them losers. So, well, they are part of it. Anyway. We're here to see who qualifies. Now, shut up. I wonder who's actually in the chat, actually. Might as well say hello to people in the chat while we're waiting.
I think Jess, as always. Evil Dragon.
Oh, Evil
Jordan's
Dragon.
girlfriend.
Jordan's girlfriend. Where's Jordan on the grid? Is a girlfriend still unlucky here? Because obviously we have to have the agenda because I'm still single. Very single. As Evil Dragon says, it's dry. It is indeed. But anyway.
Good awareness from Evil Dragon there.
I've sort of stolen Evil's old line, but that's mainly because he did IndyCar for ILR, and so he'd always used to boogity stuff, and now it's sort of a NASCAR thing, so I've stolen that from NASCAR.
It's been a NASCAR thing since about 2001, bud.
Yeah, that's before I existed, for those of you counting.
Wow, okay.
Anyway, let's just talk about our rivals in the championship. And just say hello to all the people in the chat. Have a lovely time. Jordan, stop getting any intel from the chat, you cheating. Anyway.
Owen, if the race finishes like this, Corey, Kyle, and Janel will all advance to the Championship 5.
Lap 0 out of 35, we're already talking where we're finishing. we just fall into this trap every single time.
A win for Jamie or a win for Iceman automatically advances them to the championship next week. Iceman only in 17th as well. You know this race can be won from P20. Anything can happen. Early safety car, free pit stop with wing damage. Who knows?
Worth pointing out, there's only 7 people starting on the softs. They are Kieran, Corey, Cam, Pete, Patino, Camu Babu, and Thomas. The rest of them are all on mediums, so we'll see how they all get on with that. This is one of the tracks that we've always said it is always a traditional 2-stop anyway, really, on this game. It's not really out of the question that a 2-stop's a normal thing, so really, this is probably the most normal league racing strategy they'll have all season, to be honest with you. So that's nice for them, I guess. Bit of normality being put back into the carnage. Maybe the normality will cause more carnage. Might gain less advantage from free pit stops because they aren't coming out of a necessary 2-stop, or they aren't coming out of an unnecessary 2-stop. They're all going to do 2-stops on a necessary normal game strategy. Just worth thinking about.
Near enough an order you would expect as well. Like nobody's massively out of position. Maybe Iceman, Thomas to an extent, but Kamababa quite high up as well with his nosebleed P12. Certainly with this season, but anything can happen, and it usually does. Over to you, Mr. Wyatt.
It's got all the ingredients to be a normal bog standard league race, but trust me, this isn't. This is where we decide who's in the Championship 5. The front row, they're already qualified. Behind them, it could go to anyone. As we see the 5 lights go out, booty booty booty, let's go racing, and let's see how they all get off the line towards the turn 1. I haven't got really any views on my camera, but I'll see they're side by side, I'm sure. Yes, they are. There we go. We can see them now. Khalifa leading the race. Yellow flags. Look out for whose name's falling down the back. Virtual safety car. No point looking at the name. They're all going all haywire. We'll just wait a minute. But I'm seeing Arnold actually managed to get a penalty, as is Khalifa. I don't really know how they've managed that. They didn't seem to be hitting each other too hard, but they've hit each other hard enough to both get penalties. Iceman as well. God knows where he is, though, because the order's messing me about right now. I really couldn't tell you where anyone is. Thomas now has a penalty as well. Got 4 people with penalties right now.
I've got 4 drivers with damage as well. They are
green again.
Riley, Dexter, Thomas and OKK. As you say, we go green.
Well, look at this then. Kieran's into the lead of the race then with these penalties. He's down the inside, of Arnold! And he's through! Brilliant!
What a move.
No, obviously.
Perfectly legal.
It's legal in this league, that's why. It's not a normal league race, he's going for it. And Kieran Spears knows he has to get up the field to get himself in the championship position. And he still is the net race leader. He's on the best tyres as well. Can Kieran do this? What a way to do it if he could. What a first lap he's had as Arnold enters the pit lane. Jamie's still sitting pretty in P3. I think he'll be feeling alright about that one so far. But he does need a bit more to happen around him.
Who is Kieran's teammate as well? Race leader, Khalifa. Yes, it is. Massive.
Well, he's not really helped him out too much, has he? He's sort of bolted, actually, has Khalifa.
For now.
So what penalties do they all have, then? It's 5-second penalties all wrong. That's Arnold in the pits of a few more. We've got Thomas, Dexter, Riley, OKK, and Arnold. No safety car pit stop for them, guys. So, they've had to do it normally. But like I say at the front then, that is Janel now. Janel and Peter side by side. I imagine Pete will be desperate to stay ahead here. It is early days in this race, but sort of asserting your track dominance is a pretty important thing, really. If you're going to show you've got some fight left in you, look at them, they're properly going for it. Kyle just watching.
As well.
He is indeed. Kyle's just watching from behind. I wonder what he's thinking about the situation. He doesn't want to get himself into any sort of silly situations either. But as they head side by side into that last chicane, Pete has to yield and asks, well, it's easy for Kyle. He's got through into P7. Pete loses out on his softs as well, so he is trying to use the extra grip he's got at the moment, and it's not really happening for him.
He got nicely squeezed out by Janel. Perfect move into that final corner, and lucky for Pete, he just needs to recover and go again. As it stands, Janel is doing enough. Of course, Kieran needs to be 9 spaces clear, sorry, 9 positions clear to advance.
Well, at the minute, P2, as you say, the P6 isn't really enough. Yeah, I do wonder when Khalifa, or if Khalifa will try any games here, because he knows that Kieran is within his 5-second gap, so that's the leader of the race anyway. And in fairness, Jimmy doesn't really seem to have much pace. He's got Corey all over him right now, so that sort of helps Kieran pull away a little bit. Although, when Corey gets past here, he will probably start to close up on Kieran. So, yeah, I'd be very surprised if there isn't some sort of team play going on here, because as you say...
Jamie struggles at that final corner, sorry, Owen.
As you say, Khalifa is only here for fun, really, and surely, forget the fun aspect, if he can help his teammate join him in the Challenger 5, surely he would. So, yeah, we'll see what sort of team play happens there. But yeah, Jamie was trying for pace, nearly found himself facing backwards in that last chicane. But let's get it all on the road. Oh, he's hit the wall. No damage, it was with the rear tyre, Jamie. So he's trying to push, because obviously DRS has been enabled now. It's 3 different zones, down towards turn 1, down towards turn, I want to say that's sort of 8. Could be wrong, actually.
The thing is for Jamie as well, sitting P4 with Kyle in P6 right behind Corey is not good enough for him. He needs to either win or be 7 positions ahead of Corey on track. He's not... He needs something special. It's not a favourite track of his either. He, obviously being a pad user, this is a wheel track. I think drivers use that as an excuse some of the time.
Yeah, I mean
A long way to go. 31 to go.
it's a valid excuse though. It is, isn't it? Look at these chicanes. High on every pad, you're meant to compete. Evidently, they can't compete. If you just see how quick they've gone through that chicane when they're not on the pad, but well, this is why I retired. You see, no point.
Can't make excuses when you're retired, can you?
Ah, that's Damon Hill. Here's Khalifa, 3 seconds clear. He's not really playing a team game, is he?
It's not.
He played the Paul McGuinness, let's make him win a race game, but he didn't play the let's help Kieran get into the Championship 5 game. Unbelievable. It isn't quite dull, by the way. I know it's dry at the minute. We've been told it's definitely going to be dry race throughout. Oh, Jamie's got back past, and that is because Corey has been off the road. No damage, but he has taken a trip across the runoff area. Has Jamie broke his front line at all? No, it looks like possibly just a genuine mistake from Corey. Again, that helps Kieran a little bit more because it's just more time that he gets to sort of extend in second place. Cam benefited from that. He's up into 4th now. I'm trying to chase after Jamie.
If Kieran were to win this race and Jana were to finish at P7, Kieran advances by 1 point. That's the difference.
I'd be surprised if Khalifa doesn't even start pulling over to give the playoff points for the stages as well. Someone's really going to start telling him. Someone's really going to start telling him, play the teammate game, for goodness sake.
They are in a party together as well, I do know that. But I don't know if they've done their maths.
Well, yeah, they clearly haven't. I mean, that's going to need Khalifa to pretty much put the brakes on completely if he wants to help there. As Camero pits, Riley's got a penalty. Iceman not really doing much either, he needs to sort of get a move on. Brandon's all over the back of Patino and going round his outside. Still having some fights in there. Him and Pete not really in this at the minute, but there's a long way to go in this race. We've barely even started yet. And Khalifa's nearly got that gap out to 5 seconds actually. It's 4.2 now, so it's been going up and up and up. Here's Corey. He's back past Cam. Looked quite easy that in the end. Patino challenging Brandon back and getting him as well into the last chicane. And Brandon's not got much ERS left, so he's not really going to be able to fight that too much. He's actually quite a trail behind Jerry. I'm surprised. I know the mistake for Corey happened, but I'm surprised there was that many cars behind who were still that close. I wonder what they can do. They could affect strategy with sort of undercuts. I mean, Can could do undercuts. Pete, Patino, they'll be the ones looking to do all that. Could just make that train a little more interesting.
No, it's one of those at the moment. Oh,
that's an accident. That'll be a safety car. It's Riley. He's not out of the race, but he has hit the wall, I'll assume. In that, or has he? Has he hit the wall? Because I don't think he has. He's sort of been forced into the pits by his accident, but I don't actually think it was even an accident. I don't see any major problem, unless it's the left-hand side.
It is the left-hand side.
Not
it's
enough
at 57%.
Damage. Oh, is it? Okay.
No, it's not enough. It's only orange.
I'd say give it to me. We're sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place there. You can't just reverse on a racetrack. I think he had no choice there, really.
I think that as well would technically make him the net race leader as well, because that's 2 stops now for Riley.
Or is he a lap,
he's a lap down.
Oh, is he? Oh, yes. Nicely spotted. Yeah, that does ruin his day a little bit. That actually... Where's Thomas? He's actually also made 2 stops. Thomas is your net race leader.
Yep, there you go. Last season's race winner.
Lovely jubbly. He's obviously on the wrong tyre. No way he gets to the end of that, but it's still 1 stop more than a lot of drivers around him. Actually, the best placed driver as a result of this is Arnold.
Arnold. Same old, same old.
And Khalifa does obviously get his point.
Riley's overtaken the race leaders.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Again, he did that in the USA last week.
You can't do that because you'll get disqualified, won't you?
Yes, well,
or drive through.
Literally, it happened last week. He got disqualified for overtaking the leaders. I'm not.
I mean, look at them. They've
what's he
hit each
doing?
other. Yeah, they've had contact in the hairpin.
It's not decent because nobody disconnected at the start of the race. Jamie goes back through. Neither of them want to give up the position. I understand Jamie not wanting to fall too far behind Kieran and Khalifa, but Riley is adamant he's not going to be behind another car.
It's mad, isn't it? How bizarre is this? No penalties though for Riley. So maybe it was actually Jamie had passed in perhaps by accident and had to let him back through. Maybe they're just staying close. Did we maybe catch that at a bad point?
Maybe.
Maybe they're just sort of sorting themselves out.
Leave it open to interpretation.
Trust
Jess.
the process. Trust the process.
One Earth, says Jess in the chat. That's Riley. Is he letting Jamie go? No, he's not.
No, they're just waving up the safety car. It must just be that they've got a bit mixed up and they've just sort of sorted it out, because the game would have just like penalties if there was any wrongdoing, as you say happened last week. So yeah.
Last week there was no wrongdoing though. Riley chose to
true.
overtake the safety car.
Well, that was pretty wrong.
And he will be obliged on the restart to get out of everybody's way.
Or pit again, maybe stick some hards on and go to the end. Because I don't think Sauce or Means are going to get there. I don't know if he had a chance to decide what he was going to do. But he could probably just take hards and go to the end. But he should have done that really on the pit, shouldn't he? But maybe he was too busy trying to decide whether he was allowed to pit or not, really. But well. I'd be surprised if the safety car stays at another lap, to be honest with you. It didn't really have much of a reason to come out in the first place.
No, they all sorted themselves out, didn't they?
Yeah.
By the way, Khalifa won the penultimate stage of the season
Yeah.
at the end of lap 7. Of course, there are no stages next week. In fact, if you want the stats...
Thomas is the reason we're not going. He's stuck at the back still.
Ah, yes. Khalifa, that's his 5th stage win this season. Second to Arnaud, who got 6, including 2 last week. Samba got the 3rd. Of course, there was only 3 last week because of the Jano incident in Japan. Another lap of safety car here, as you say.
Right then, so, actually, the situation we're in, Arnaud would be pretty happy with himself. One person who'll be feeling a little bit worried about this, maybe, is Jano, because this has a potential to shuffle him backwards. Obviously, it'll maybe shuffle Kieran back too, but maybe not as much, since he's higher up by default.
A thought that's just come across my head, actually. Riley is teammates with 1st and 2nd. And like Kieran and Khalifa, he is in the same party as those guys. So it does make you think.
Yes. Mind you, we said this about Khalifa and Kieran playing a team game and that didn't work. So,
No, so they're not very good at the moment. Camo Babo's their other teammate, he's down in P17 at the moment.
Ooh, he's just made an overtake.
In fact, he's just been overtaken, yeah.
Yes, him and OKK having a bit of a scrap under the safety car as well. Safety car in this lap, thank goodness for that. So Riley is a whole lap down. So he's out of the race effectively, let's be honest. And Patino is literally out of the race. And we're still side by side with Camo, Babu and OKK, they just can't resist it. Who's going to pit off their soft potentially on this restart?
As long as they're all aware of each other going into the pit lane.
Yeah,
Riley not closing the gap to Kieran, by the way, holding everybody else up.
It's a difficult pit lane entry here. If you've got the whole field piling down there, there's easily potential for
But they've gone. Look at Riley, he's holding them up.
Yeah, he isn't. Yeah, my goodness, look at it. Jamie's practically cruising through that final quarter. Kieran did pit, as did Corey. Cam stayed out. Pete, Patino, Kyle, a lot of them have been in the pits. Let's have a look. Who's getting held up? Kyle's been held up. He shared one of the pit boxes. That might cost him a few positions here. And Iceman too. Iceman's been held up as well. And he's going to lose even more time. Well, look at him. Look at him. He's just sat there because he's got his 5-second penalty as well. He's going to be miles behind. He's going to be right at the back. That is possibly the last nail in his coffin. Because look at him, he's absolutely nowhere. He's more than half a lap behind Khalifa already. And he's only just now leaving the pits. Look at the rest of the field. They're miles clear in turns 3 and 4. And we've got a lot of side-by-side stuff because they're all passing indecisive. Okeke down the inside. Camo Babu down the inside. Riley's ignored blue flags. Shocking, I know.
Well,
Dexter and Thomas. Thomas, who's up to 11th place. He's flying up the field now, the net race leader. Effectively at the moment. Apart from Arnaud, but I mean, Arnaud's only done one stop, so really, you'd expect to see Thomas's name P1 for a little bit at some point. And, well...
Kyle down in P16 as well. As it stands, J-Luke advances, but he needs to make a pit stop.
Yeah, it was Kyle and Iceman who both got hauled up. That's sort of what's done them in there, really. Still side by side down the main straight. We've got Cabo, Babu, and Okeke. They've been at it all the way since that safety car. And Okeke, is he through? Is he not? Okeke slides. That helps. We'll be side by side forever. Look at him. Great racing.
Go on.
He's
Good
lost.
respect between those two.
Dexter's nearly piled into him. That's going to let Thomas pile into him instead. No damage, I don't think.
Okeke goes wide. Kamababo underneath. Great exit. Great traction. Up into P5.
This ain't over yet.
Nah, he had a great run here last season. You may recall.
I tell you what, Kieran didn't even realise when he'd come out. He's come out more than 5 seconds in front of Cam. So Riley really did hold that all up. He's right behind Thomas now as Kieran. I said it earlier, he has to avoid his accidents. If he can get through these guys nice and clean without any disaster class, this would be really useful for him, as Thomas ahead of him is going past Dexter, and then not looking in his mirrors. I'm sure he'll have seen Kieran now. No, he won't. He'll be trying to pass Dexter. His front wing's gone, and Kieran might be out of the championship, and you can see what he thinks about that. Well,
I don't think he's too happy. The retaliation is not too good either.
Can't believe it. What a shame. It was all looking so
Corey
good
has
for him.
damage, by the way. Corey has damage.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know where from.
it's going to be
Corey
a
doesn't have
lot.
damage, is it? It's a glitch on TAS. Apologies.
There's going to be a lot of controversy about this. Oh, they're still going at it. Pete this time in an accident with Cam. More like contact rather than a full-on incident, but... Oh! Front wing flying off. It's Janels this time. He hit the wall all by himself. Right then, where's Brandon in all this? He hasn't got any damage, has he? No, he does have damage. Brandon's got damage as well.
No, where's Pete?
Pete hasn't got any damage. It's like China Season 1. All the contenders in the wars. Man. And the man, just like in China, who got away with it, who stayed alive, who didn't get the damage, is Pete. And he's the man who's in that situation once again. Deja vu for the Season 1 champion. Is history about to repeat itself here in Canada?
You called it 7 weeks ago, Owen. This man is waiting for something to happen. Is it turning on its head? And I tell you what, to add to the drama, the move that Riley did, holding the field up under safety car, is illegal in JACKOCAR as per a change in the regulations that we brought in at the start of Season 2.
Well, we've got an angry Thomas into the pits as Pete, who's right behind Jamie, by the way. Oh, he's crashed into him as well! More front wing flying off. What on earth is going on today? Maybe Kieran still does have a chance. Oh, and Kyle's front wing's gone too. Yeah, just no one wants a front wing today. It's unbelievable. What are they all at?
Race starts and 31 top 10 finishes for Kyle. Outside the top 10 once again, under threat. Oh,
it's crazy.
What a race we're having.
Look at it.
Cam looks to make a move on Pete.
Cam's not got any damage. He's just chilling. No. He's just okay. He's all crashed into each other. I'll just pick up the pieces.
Pete pits. Kyle stays out. Oh, was that too fast? Too fast entering? No, it wasn't. Pete gets away with it. Okeke up to P3.
Where is Khalifa going to end up? Because I think Janel might have jumped him here. Janel has jumped him. As is Corey. And Corey we don't think has any damage. So Corey will be enjoying this one quite a lot. Obviously Arnold's leading the race. Sort of suspected that one. But yeah, like who cares about the race leader? Look at all this behind. It's mad.
All aboard the Dexter train at the moment. Corey to the left. That's an easy move. Dexter's not going to hold him up. In fact, I don't see Dexter holding up any of his ERT teammates. As it's Jan or Khalifa, and then J-Luke behind them.
Here comes Khalifa. Down the inside. Be careful you don't end up into Dexter. Jamie will be very interested in all this. Trying to get involved as well. Yellows. Oh my goodness.
Thomas is out.
Is it? No, I think it might be Kieran. Kieran's had an accident and he's into the wall again. Oh my goodness. Kieran, you drive me crazy! Mr. Spears. Out of the championship, I think. His front wing is absolutely battered. And Khalifa, well, that didn't do very long. He's past Corey. Oh, he's obviously on the soft, so I guess that maybe makes it a bit easier. But still, quick and easy for him. And he's up into 4th place, soon to be a net 2nd. Or is it? Hold on a minute.
Welcome back, Patino. You've missed it all.
Hold on a minute. Just checking. Sorry, no, what am I on about? Okay, Camo was stopped ages ago. That's sort of what I'm expecting, but they're all in the same boat as Arnold. But they can obviously make only one more stop, so yeah, it's actually for position. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, Camo. I'm not trying to be mean to you, or okay. Oh, KK's in the wall!
Every time you call it.
Oops, I did it again, so you're never driver. I'm bad at this. Right. Well.
Taxi for Owen.
They're going to be stopping. Oh, you see, he's done. Jesus. This is. He should be aware that everyone. Why are you stopping? You should know that every other driver around you's also got damage, for goodness sake. Oh, dear.
Okay. By the way, stage point, end of this lap. Arnold's just started it. I don't think we really care, do we?
I don't know. Not really relevant, is it?
Not now. It's just an extra point for Arnold if he crosses the line first at the end of lap 17, but all the action is going on behind him.
He's
How
just
many
sort of there,
wins have we seen in the last 4 laps, Owen?
No, the track.
Oh,
look,
more yellow flags.
What is this for? Is this Kieran blocking everybody now? Oh, God. I tell you what, Kieran might find himself being a bit lonely at the end of this race now. He's going to end up he's going to be all... 25 seconds behind Riley, and he was a lap down. Now he's a lap down to half the field. And he's trying not to bin it, but his championship has fallen apart.
Kyle back into the top 10 despite the damage.
Which isn't really worth saying that much because everyone around him also has damage. But,
True, very true.
So what approach does Kieran take now? Because he's not very happy, is he? He's all over the back of Risky.
Very quickly, Arnold with his 7th stage point this season. That's the most of anybody. As for Kieran, I think it might be Chase's championship over.
Yeah,
he lost his head with Thomas. In fact, he pits again. 5-second penalty. Yeah, the head's gone, and he retires.
Ah, dear.
So, in the chase, 4 become 3.
Well, that's gone wrong. Oh, he's straight.
Yeah, straight in the chat. Premeditated that one.
Yeah, you could say it's getting quite toxic in there. I don't know if Thomas is going to really have anything to say about that one, really. I think we said it for him, to be honest. He didn't see him in his mirrors and turned into him. Twice. The second time was more of a sort of... The second time, to be fair, was more just bad luck. But the first time was definitely Thomas's fault. But, yeah.
And then the third bit of contact at turn 1 was Kieran's fault.
Yes.
Yeah,
here's Cam, by the way, trying to cut in on Jamie, who's, believe it or not, damaged. Trying to get through Cam, but struggling at the minute. Having a strong race so far. Shame about the guys that took advantage of the safety car. He would have been in the fight for a podium at the minute, but he can still get up there again as he gets through surely on the run down to turn 1 here. He's got such a nice toe and the DRS and just about enough ERS, and he's got obviously the more downforce since he hasn't got damage, so he should be able to easily get himself up into P6. Wish they always made it that easy instead of just taking it into each other. You don't have to hit each other all the time, you know. I mean, feel free to, but a bit of chill time, I think. I think just taking a moment to calm down. Jano seeing Kieran retire he'll be feeling quite happy about that, despite his own struggles with the damage. Only thing he's got to worry about right now is a safety car helping Pete, really. Because he is still here in 14th place. He's made his second stop, obviously to change the front line, but he is the only guy out there, or the highest guy out there, sorry, who has made 2 stops. And so safety car means he's in good position. So, yeah.
Nobody in front or nobody even close behind Janel that can affect his progress to the Championship 5. But 20 laps in, we've seen it all so far. 15
really
to go.
What is going to happen next today? I tell you what, we've got a lot of clips for the end of season montages, or even for next week's highlights.
Yeah, Pete's going to be a busy man
Pete's
making highlights.
Busy. Oh, Janel's got a penalty. That's not really going to help his case, is it, for goodness sake?
So, nearest challenger is Brandon to Janel. If Janel were to retire, Brandon is not high enough to advance. Pete, 2 stops. Safety car?
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, that's exactly what we were looking for, wasn't it? It's Patino, who has just rejoined, who has instantly got involved in an accident. He's got half
He's
a
trying
front
to hide
wing.
from all the carnage, wasn't he?
Yeah, half a front wing missing. Ironically, this is the best thing that could possibly have happened to him, because he's now going to make his second stop for free, having just caused an accident. Well, it might not have been his fault, but he's come together with OKK anyway, and he's directly benefited from it, and of course Pete has as well. Very happy, I'm sure he'll be at the moment, because no one else can pit. Despite half the field having front wing damage, that'll make it even better for Pete, because they'll all have to change their front wings when they pit eventually, and that just means he's almost certainly going to be guaranteed a very high position. This is where the champion just swings at his head for the 8th or 9th time in the last 10 laps. It's been absolutely mental so far. At least we get a little bit of downtime now. Let's try and work this all out.
Yeah, we needed this. This is we had a VSC and now 2 safety cars. We've got 2 left for the final 14 laps, but let's gather ourselves and reassess. Where do we go, Ella?
Well, let's just first of all look at the penalties. Oh, for goodness sake, we're now racing under safety. Oh, well, there's going to be quite the inquiry to how that's happened. Look at Janel's front wing; it's half missing. Now, is that some devious tactics? I wonder. Who has he?
100% damage on the left.
Who has he hit to cause this?
It looked like the wall because Jamie overtook him and then gave the position back.
Well, obviously, is it legal to deliberately damage yourself?
No, because you may recall back to the 3rd race of this season, Jamie himself, actually behind Janel, did such a thing and got disqualified from the race result.
Yes, right. Well, if anybody has any intel on this, I'll look back on the stream and see what the gaps were looking like, see if we can get any clue. But Janel
does pit.
Mysteriously needs the pit stop. Like I say, this directly benefits his main rival.
Yeah, this is Brandon and Pete back in the game. To make up for this, he has to make an additional stop. So he would have to make a total of 4 stops to overrule the illegal stop.
Right,
so that's 2. He's now got to do another 2, but not under safety car, to avoid any penalty from the stewards. So that, what you're seeing, is an illegal stop, from what we can tell.
I think it is illegal because the gap just before Janel's accident, in quotes here, Cam was a second behind, and Janel was 2.6 behind the car. So in other words, he's on his own. At safety car speed, that's effectively on your own. And then suddenly, he's lost 2 positions. He's been in that wall to the left there, presumably all on his own. Now, that suggests to me that he's done it deliberately. It's a harsh accusation to make, though. So let's just sort of hold on absolutely confirming it. But you can see he's now only 3 positions behind Pete. It's not a lie to say that it absolutely helps him massively, because he would now be sitting a net 3rd. Penalties, by the way. Everyone who's got a penalty, apart from Riley, that penalty is only 3 seconds. Riley's is 11, just in case you're wondering. Could be important later on. Oh, safety car readiness lap, that was quick. Coutinho, well, that's karma, I guess. If it was his fault, he's not going to get the chance to catch up, as they all pit now. Well, I say they all pit, some of them pit. Oh, Jesus, we didn't know to keep an eye on. Oh, Jamie's had a collision with Kyle now, that's gone well. Now, front wing's being changed for them regardless. That's just a penalty added on for Jamie that he just didn't really want. Iceman and Jordan.
There's a spinner.
Yeah, that might. Oh, you're
There's
right.
a car on the wall.
That's Iceman, so he got a penalty for a collision there with Jordan, and he's in the wall. There's so much front wing everywhere. I'm suspecting there might be another one. We've got another safety car. That's what. Okay,
what?
Risky. His front wing's gone too. What about Pete's? Because it was all speed stuff that was strewn across the track. Look at Jordan's front wing. Jordan's front wing's half missing. Pete's half missing. There's been some sort of calamity into turn 1, and the speed boys have all crashed into each other with Jordan. And we weren't watching it because of all the pit stops, but this is a genuine accident that's caused a genuine safety car again. And so all the people who have just pitted, I'll take it. Albeit a bit confused. What on earth is going on? We've only got one more safety car slot to take up.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm awfully confused. This might require me to watch the race back afterwards to see what happened.
Yeah, you know what I was saying about Pete doing the race highlights? Good luck.
Pete has not enough damaged pit based on TAS. Remember, it is 50% red wing, a puncher, or 100% orange wing. He only has 44% orange. Iceman has 100% on the right, so that's fine. And that's red damage. Yeah.
Well, Camo Ballo's pitted. We've gone green again. Safety car's in, that's why. What on earth? Okay, right, the safety car's in again. Right, we're racing, folks. Let's just watch the race into turn 1, just in case anything happens again. Oh, it has been a crash. Of course it's Riley. Riley, who made it himself all the way back up, has spun off. Janel had just overtaken, by the way, indecisive, I think. And now he's on the back of Risky. I can't honestly tell you I've got any idea what's going on. That's surely damage again, and a big contact for Janel this time. And look at the damage on his car. Well. It's all going off behind as well. Do I even have to say?
Pete could win this race.
Well, he's got front wing damage. Look at Janel holding them all up.
Oh no.
Look at the train we've got at the minute. Oh, look at them. They're all side by side down the inside goes Risky. And then, there's a big pile up down there now of cars going off into Narnia. Corey says, thank you very much indeed. As he heads through it. There's weaving and all sorts going on. Jamie's going on the outside of them, but look out for those guys pitting, Jamie. You might well find yourself being sandwiched with them as Janel tries to pit, does pit. There's another accident. Kyle's out of the race. Safety car. We got a massive pile up in the pit lane entry, Jacko. What on earth is going on today?
Have you ever?
We've got a disqualification as well. There's a crash on the safety car. What the? Jamie's crashed into Khalifa, and there's penalties. God above, what the? I tell you what, my neighbours will be quite happy I closed my window before this. My parents might not appreciate it, but my goodness! Cam leads the race, ladies and gentlemen, and I can't honestly tell you if that's legit or not. Is there even any point in looking at the pit stops? They're all going to have to pit multiple times at this rate. What on earth is going on today? I love it.
Poor old stewards, eh?
Poor old stewards. Oh,
the thing
to
is,
be a steward.
There's been so much has gone on. I don't even know what's legit at this point. So we may as well enjoy it.
I couldn't honestly tell you at all.
So, another big stat that's got to be mentioned here is Kyle's run of 31 races and 31 top 10 finishes will come to an end with that DNF there. Also, He will only pick
obviously
up a single point. Jamie and Corey look as though they're going to advance. Janel under investigation for an illegal stop. Pete Knighton could find himself in the Championship 5.
Can we just work out who's not got damage here though first? Because this,
Oh, I don't know.
right now Jordan, I think, is the legitimate race. No, he's not. Pete is the legitimate race leader after pit stop.
He is.
But
Pete's on his way to a championship.
he's got front wing damage. Corey doesn't. Jamie has no damage either. Vitinho has, well, he was nowhere on that restart, so he won't have any damage. Brandon, where's Brandon looking? If he hasn't got any damage, he might sneak into here as well, but we're getting a rubbish camera angle.
Brandon's clean. He is clean. No damage on that.
I can't really tell. Yeah, no damage. You're right. Riley, sorry about the camera angles here, folks. These are shocking.
Riley, from a lap down, finds himself in P8.
Yeah, no damage from him either. Camo Babu, no damage. Janel. He's had quite the adventurous day now. I don't know how he's going to be feeling about this. All the guys from Janel are down. They pitted, I believe.
Jack Gooding in the chat. I'm pretty sure 4 cars tried to enter the pits at the same time. Of course, 4 into 1 does not go. We're gonna need some footage back from this, Owen.
I hope I caught it all. I don't think I really caught much of it, if I'm honest with you, but I did enough shouting to get the message across. Because obviously I was on board with Kyle when he stuck it into the wall. We sort of saw this coming when they all had to try and pit. And then all of a sudden it was just a complete blockage on the pit entry, and poor Indecisive. I don't know how much he had to do with that disqualification.
He didn't. He was running P7 as well. This is a guy who regularly finishes in the bottom 10 of the Kia series, running in the top 10 of the Cup series.
Oh, poor guy. Oh. Well, at least he's left
he was here for fun, but I think he had an experience, didn't he?
Well, you see, while all that was going on, by the way, Thomas was trying to make a case for himself in our chat. I don't think he'd realised what has happened. So, like I said, the stewards are... Kieran's asking for a restart, of course he is.
No, that's not happening.
Not happening, no.
6, 7, 8.
No one's happy about what's going on here. Let's just say we've got a lot of angry drivers, which is terrible for them. Great for us as viewers. And let's just be clear here. When these pit stop phases, when they're over, you're looking at quite a lot of drivers on fresh softs, and there's a few of them stuck on hards for the rest of the race. There's plenty of actual racing still to go on. And let's say the penalties of the safety cars in this lap. Penalties are all over the show. Yeah. This could be a real shock today.
And just to throw it out there, we've had 9 different race winners this season. Khalifa, Kyle, Arnaud, Jamie, Corey, Paul, Janel, Mata and Samba. Dare I say we could get our 10th race winner of the season?
I'd say it's quite likely, just where we are, anybody in this race with just 8 laps left could win it. This is a little bit of a sprint race we've got to the end now here. I can't believe the race has flown by as quickly with all this chaos, and straight into the pits.
Jordan and Cam still need to make a stop as well. Yeah, there they go.
And there's no more safety cars we can take, I believe. So this is Pete leading in Canada. We've done this one before. Let's see if he can complete his redemption arc.
November 19th last year, when Pete put it in the wall with, what was it, 3 to go?
Yeah, well, last lap. Wasn't it last lap?
Was it last lap?
Yeah, no, he has got 3 seconds of penalty.
Riley, they're touching, there's a crash behind!
Another one!
Oh no!
And you can see the debris flying. That might have been another accident in there as well. I'm not too sure. I thought
that was Iceman, up to 10th, sorry.
Oh, my goodness. He's on fresh soft. He's got no penalties. That's why I want to bring this up. He has got a full front wing, brand new tyres, and no penalties. Could Iceman win the race? Could he get on the podium? Could he get into the Challenger 5? We're side by side for the race lead. And through goes Corey. Brilliant stuff. I think we've just got to keep... Iceman with Khalifa. Khalifa... Well, what does Khalifa do? He's got penalties. How much is he going to fight a guy that he knows very well is in this championship fight at the minute? Is he really going to want to get involved? Because I don't think he'd want to be... responsible for messing this all up for somebody. But at the front then, Corey leads away. Jamie's got 10 seconds of penalties. He's effectively out of this thing. Vitinho.
We haven't even established what caused all of this, though.
Yeah. let me just tell you right now, the Vitinho, we're watching the race leader at the minute. Vitinho, as a result of not really being here at the start of the race, missed out on all the carnage, as he has another car up the inside, and Brandon with his challenger post going down the drain. What is he doing that for then? For goodness sake. But like I say, Vitinho, oh, is he going to go again, Brandon? Oh, he's hit him again, and they're cutting across the track.
Saw it coming, yeah.
Vitinho has got Camo Babu all over it. Where's he come from? He's going to try and get into this too, and he might well get two cars in one corner. Oh, he's on the grass. And there goes Janel. Janel trying to get involved. And
of course, Janel is under investigation for an illegal pit stop as well, which could disqualify him. So.
Yeah, Brandon's going to...
If he finishes P2, he's doing enough. Look at Vitinho, not giving Camababo any space.
Brandon is going to be quite slow now, leading these guys with front wing damage. It's costing Vitinho because he joined late, because he was DC'd earlier on. He joined in, got straight into an accident, but hadn't got any penalties, and that's why he's still in this thing with no penalties. He's still on for a good result, but that's providing the card all over him. And I think Jamie tried to go past on Pete and nearly creamed into the side of him, breaking his car a little bit more. But Brandon, fighting for all his life, there's no point pitting now, there's only 6 laps to go, and he still has a chance of qualifying. But if you see that damage, he's going to create a huge train. Iceman will be feeling pretty nervous about all this, but he knows he's got no penalties, and so the bigger this train is, the more cars he'll jump at the checkered flag. As look at this, we're heading through to the hairpin down the inside. Goes Janel, he's up ahead of Camo Babo.
Khalifa's back up there as well in P8, finding his way back to the front after the absolute carnage of the middle part of this race.
Oh, here comes Jamie, he's coming past. Pete will know what the penalty situation, there's no point in fighting this. He could lose 7 seconds to the man in front of him and still end up finishing ahead on penalties. Through that last chicane they go. Look at that massive train. It's 5 to go here in Canada. And really, this is all still up for grabs. I'd expect Corey to come through and take the win, but look at all this.
He's threatened to avoid Camo Babo there.
Oh, and that's Janel into the wall again. He's got no damage, but it's costing him positions. There's Risky behind. He'll certainly want to help his teammate out here. Will he go for a move on Janel? It helps Pete. It helps Iceman. It helps Team Speed pull a masterclass off here as Camo Babo tries to get by Brandon, another speed driver.
Already with the fastest lap.
Oh, Khalifa getting involved. Who's that cutting across the track? Risky's got ahead of Janel.
That's an illegal overtake.
Illegally. He'll let him back through. And look at Camo Babo fighting away with Brandon. Risky's still on the outside and getting a good exit alongside onto the grass and onto the curb as well. They're only having a spin. Khalifa now up into the top 5 in his race. He's made a great comeback, to be fair to him, having been 14th on the restart. Here comes Camo Babo round the outside of the wall of championship kid. What a move this would be. He's giving it a proper go. Here comes Janel. Where's he going to go? Is there any space? Yes, there is. He's going down the inside to turn 1. Can Janel do this? It's crucial for the championship, this one. And he's going to do it. Brandon's cut across the track. He's moved across. Oh my goodness. Oh man. They've collided. Oh no. Risky's into the wall. I love this game. I love it.
Never.
What on earth?
Cam sneaks into 11th.
Oh no, and there's another accident. Risky's whole front wing's gone. Time. Has Janel actually got... Yes, he has got damage. Right, okay. Reset. I've laughed enough now. Let's just try and compose ourselves. Ah, Jesus. Sorry, that's a bit unprofessional, but I mean, what a race.
Well, we like the drama, but we didn't anticipate this.
Oh, yeah, Risky's, he has had another accident, hasn't he? Of course he has. Khalifa is now in the back of Pete. I can't honestly tell you what this will do for the championship, but he's just swiped across. Let's not have another one, lads.
Goodness, come on, boys.
We've had enough today, haven't we? We've had enough drama to encompass the first 49 races of this league combined, really.
Let's save the drama for next week, please. but Canada always provides yellow flags. Once again, it's Brandon and Jordan, I think.
Yeah, we're in the pit
No, it's
lane.
not Jordan in the wall. He's out.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just been one of those, hasn't it? Okay, Risky had a penalty. Or not a penalty, he had a puncture. That's why he was so slow on the way into the pit. Well, right. Gap to leader is important right now. And let's look at the penalties because Iceman,
6.
Iceman as it stands, should be finishing on the... Oh, I don't know if he'll get the podium, but it'd be close enough. Pete dropping back. I really don't know what's going to happen with this.
I think his championship's over. Brandon certainly is. Kieran's is. It's all over to Janel, but if Janel gets disqualified, then Pete is not doing enough. Janel would advance on sheer points difference. He doesn't need to finish this race. Janel up the inside of Camo Babo round on the inside of turns 1 and 2. Oh.
Oh man, right.
Since when did Camo get so racy as well this season?
I know, he's
brilliant.
Turned up and had a real go at it, and you love to see it, don't you, really?
Yeah, you do. Anybody tuning in now, rewind, don't watch it live, watch back from the start, because this has been incredible.
If you are tuning in live, you will notice I am quite lost for words, and I've never really been lost for words in this league. I'm just trying to process what we've seen in sort of the last 20 laps. It's all sort of blown up into complete carnage. Beautiful carnage. I'm sure the drivers won't enjoy it.
Season 1.
The drivers will not have enjoyed this race one bit.
Oh no.
Apart from maybe the race leader, Corey. Now, what about the penalties there? Because Khalifa's
going to win this.
He's going to do it again. Khalifa, just like season 1, is going to come from the back, which was P14 at the safety car restart.
And he's going
to win the race. Sorry I sound a bit low-key about that one, but he's just sort of been in the background, making his way back up the field. But yeah, he's going to win the race. He's here for fun. We'll see what it all does for the championship, but I think it actually is pretty simple from here on out, really. We'll just see what the penalties all do, but you're the one who has the numbers. It does seem quite simple for me.
Well, should we wait for the checker flag?
I think we'll wait for the checker flag just to make sure we don't get this wrong, because there's so much that is going to change about this order at the checkered flag. The order's
the key one here,
still changing live, really. Iceman's going to move way up.
I don't think he is doing enough to win.
Jamie's the one that has the massive penalty, though. He's got, how is it, like 10 seconds, you know? That could really swing this around. But let's just watch the race leader first. Soon-to-be race winner. And the top two weaving about. They've had quite a day. Everyone has had a proper day. And will Khalifa actually pass him on track? Yeah, he'll get him on track.
Fair play.
Well, Khalifa, it didn't really need to be here today, but he's come home. He's won in Canada. Good drive from him. Jamie had an extra 5 seconds as well. Pete is 4th. Jan up to 3rd. He is through to the Championship 5. Iceman ends up in 4th.
Wow.
Is that enough?
Cam's 3rd.
Yeah, Cam did quite well there. And Iceman was only a 10th off 3rd in the end, so it was close. But I think... you confirm it because I'll get it wrong, but there's your top 10. They're confirmed, and Riley and Brandon won't change either.
I think it's fairly simple. And Khalifa and Arnold we already knew were through. Corey is in. J-Luke and Kyle. J-Luke had to make a lot of points on Kyle. I think Kyle has advanced. J-Luke is out. And J-Luke will only pick up 11 points. He'll be 5 shy of Kyle. It's not enough, so Kyle advances with a DNF. So Channel, under investigation, pending disqualification for an illegal start, will advance based on points difference. Wow.
So if he gets disqualified, who goes through, do you think?
Janel goes through regardless, because he didn't finish high enough.
Thank goodness, because that would have just caused all sorts of chaos. So that means that we are guaranteed next week a new JACKOCAR Cup Series champion. No one will be retaining the title in our mystery location next week. Of course, we're not going to tell you where we are going. That would spoil it.
Pete was P7, yeah, so is Janel... Pete would be P6, wouldn't he? which gives him 11 points. Yeah, it's not enough. Janel advances from the chase. Wow.
If there was any, if there's any race that needed a highlights reel,
It's not this one.
I do think that we can't really describe how bonkers that race was by ourselves. We tried, and we just ended up breaking into laughter. You might have noticed. I do apologise for that, but I mean, can you blame us? We're all here in good fun. But yeah, that sets us up. We are doing the Championship 5 season finale next week. The 50th race in JACKOCAR, of course. I might have missed a few, sorry. But yeah.
I haven't.
You haven't. You've been here from day one, mainly because it is your name on the dictatorship. But yeah. Cheers for watching. I'm just going to stop before I cry or something. But yeah. Do you know what? Matt sums it up in the chat. Might as well submit the entire stream for the shirts. They're going to have a busy, busy, busy night. And like I say, Pete, who makes the highlights, is going to have a busy, busy week. But cheers for watching, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure. Hope you all enjoyed that as much as we did. And we will see you next week for the season finale. Safe travels.